Hello, hello to all who find this general pick a charm collective reading. My name is Seven, and today we're going to be going over this full moon and Virgo transit that we will be experiencing within the collective within this next week. I wasn't entirely sure what to pinpoint in terms of guidance and insight for a reading for this particular lunar cycle. I actually also self-admittedly got a bit lost in the sauce with Pisces season. I've just been very much in my own world and kind of getting readjusted and reconciled with my inner magic and inner child, which I think has been like such a wonderful experience. I think that for a water season, it has been emotional, don't get me wrong, but I feel as if it's been a bit refreshing as well. It's reminding me of what it means to truly own my experience. But my own tangent aside, in terms of how that will impact us all within society within the next few days and also the next week as well following this full moon cycle. We will have the moon in Virgo. We'll also be having Venus stepping into Pisces. We'll still have Mars in Taurus and Jupiter and Saturn and Mercury in Aquarius after we just got out of this very interesting retrograde period. And we'll also have Neptune in Pisces and Pluto in Capricorn. So I definitely think that general guidance and advice in terms of making the most out of the everyday simplicities, as well as the bigger picture and bigger dreams and goals that we are working towards individually and collectively. Also, because the moon is in Virgo, if Virgos are good at anything, it's giving other people instructions. So I'm kind of just letting spirit take the wheel on this one and seeing what particular words of insight and guidance they have for us today. So we're able to release and in return invite in energy that is much more attuned and accustomed and also effective uh, in regards to us becoming the most empowered and strengthened version of ourselves. So, we have three charms here today. I decided to do something a little different. I've been really spicing it up. I think that Pisces season is really helping me tap into my creativity a bit, if I'm honest. So here we have the skull charm, we have the spider charm, and we also have this little teeny weeny crab claw that I have over here. I've actually had this for almost 2 years now. I just randomly found it at a beach and thought it was amazing and just kept it. Like I said, I like to collect little charms and remnants from nature just to keep my inner sanctum replenished, so to speak. And also under that, I have a few words of affirmation. These are all from tea bags that I have. This is all from Yogi Teas. I am not sponsored at all. However, I would not mind because I drink a lot of tea. So we have grace is kindness, compassion, and caring. Live light, travel light, spread the light, be the light. And the beauty of the soul is constant, continuous, and endless. So feel free to take a moment to pause right here if you need to and think about what exactly it is that you need to maximize your efficiency, capacity, and power, and how you are able to attain that for yourselves through physical and metaphysical means. Then feel free to look at the options ahead of you, not just within this particular pick a charm screen that you have in front of you, but also within life, and decide which group you feel is the most reflective of your current cycle of evolution. So feel free to take all the time that you need right here, and I'll go ahead and get started on your readings. Hello, hello to all of you who have chosen the skull as your charm for today's messages. So let's go ahead and get right on into your Full Moon in Virgo guidance reading, my beautiful Skull Collective. Your affirmation is grace is kindness, compassion, and caring. So I think that perhaps there's a sense of rebirth and a need to connect a little deeper with the people around you, my beautiful Skull Collective. I'm kind of thinking of not just the Death card, but also for some reason I keep thinking of the Three of Cups. I believe it's one of the bottom deck energies for this particular reading at the moment, but of course we'll get further into tarot shuffle. Oof, what am I saying? Reshuffle and see what exactly it is that we can clarify in terms of your particular messages of guidance. So let's go ahead and pop it right over here. So today we have the Handy Dandy Tarot as always. I have the Quantum Tarot and the Crow Tarot. The names of all the decks will be in the description as always. So just so we have a good idea of what it is we're working with. I also have my Eternal Crystals Oracle deck. I have my beautiful Stargazer playing cards. And Miss Flower Bowl is back in action over here, and in the bowl today I have just a bunch of synchronicities. I have numbers, I have astrological signs, I have elements, I also have words as well, just so we're able to see what else we can get to clarify the energy that we are working with. So without a further ado, let's go ahead and get right on into your particular messages, my Skull Collective. Let's start. Ooh. Let's see what we can get ourselves into. I feel like there's a calling for you to share more with the people around you, and also share some of that compassion that you give to others, to you, to reflect that inwards a bit more. I'm not going to further dive in on just that one little suspicion, but let's go ahead and see what the tarot has to say. Okay. These are actually too many, but I will take this. If the rest are meant to come out, they will come out. So we have the Empress as the heart of your reading. Actually, let me adjust this a little so you can see the whole card. Oh no, she's still too little. Okay. That's much better. So we currently have the Empress as the heart of your reading, and with the Empress card present, I definitely think that there is that kindness, compassion, and caring, like your affirmation was talking about. A need to create kindness, a need to create joy. Yeah, with the Three of Cups and also the Lovers here too. A need to create joy with the people around you and within yourself as well, to reflect some compassion and understanding to your inner world and sanctum, and see how you can preserve and also encourage your inner sanctity to blossom accordingly, my Skull Collective. Let's see what else we can get. What other messages do you have for the Skull Collective's full moon in Virgo spirit? What words of guidance do you have for the Skull Collective's full moon in Virgo? What advice do you have for the Skull Collective's full moon in Virgo? Ooh, okay. Okay, all right. So we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and we also have the Queen of Wands. So I think that you feel as if you have something to make up for almost, my Skull Collective. There was some sort of opportunity that didn't ground itself. There was some sort of opportunity or plan or general method of action that wasn't sustainable in some way, shape, or form, or perhaps you missed the opportunity to ground it, or perhaps the timing wasn't right. I feel like it's more so just a matter of timing. I think that with this particular full moon in Virgo, you're being the opportunity to see that you can create happiness, you can create opportunity, you can create your world and all the vibrancy and opportunity that lies within it by simply digging deeper into your recesses and what it is that you're passionate about, what it is that you're doing everything for, so to speak, and how you wish to share that with the people that mean the most to you around you and with the world at large as well. I'm also getting a feeling that perhaps that this particular situation that didn't ground, yes, not only are you being given the chance to do it again, but you're being given the chance to do it right, so to speak. You're being given the chance to work a little harder towards your goals. Spirit is indicating that the more you look within, the more answers you will find that will provide you practical insight and wisdom on your own capabilities, your own sense of management, and how you're able to give that to not just the people around you, but also within your material goals and prospects as well. Spirit is definitely indicating that this is a great time for you to start thinking about what it is that you want to create for yourself in terms of a legacy, in terms of fulfillment and long-term fulfillment, and how you're able to plant those seeds now so they're able to grow accordingly. I think that you're currently thinking about your trajectory of happiness at the moment, my Skull Collective, and you're kind of just wondering what it is that you're doing it all for, and why you're putting yourself through yeah, exactly, with the Two of Pentacles, while you're putting yourself through so much delegation and responsibility, and how you're able to even do that appropriately and accordingly. But you know that there is a soul calling and a soul purpose that is definitely asking for you to dig deeper into yourself and be willing to share your experience and share your power with the world around you with the Six of Cups. I think that you're also revisiting some sort of idea or some sort of plan that you had for yourself, and you're wondering how exactly you can make it work again. Yeah, because now we also have the Page of Wands as the bottom deck energy. You're kind of wondering how you can reinstigate old passions, or perhaps something that you once thought about doing, but perhaps at the time you didn't really have the a level of confidence to do it. And Spirit is indicating that this is the time to revisit prospects that you once felt you did not deserve, or you once felt that you weren't ready for others of you. This is the time for you to think a little bit and reflect a little more about how exactly it is that you've got to this particular point in your cycle of growth, my Skull Collective, and kind of reinstigate old passions so you can further fuel your purpose and get a clearer vision of the future as well, with the Page of Wands as the bottom deck energy. I also feel that for others of you, perhaps this might also have to do with a person, perhaps that at first something didn't ground with them, and this is being given as an opportunity or a window of opportunity for you to reflect on what needs to be grounded in order for the two of you to have a better understanding of one another and allow your relationship to grow and to become something that is equally loving and beneficial for the both of you. You both have something to gain and something to offer one another. There's a theme of reciprocation present. There's a theme of also recognition here, especially with the Six of Cups. I definitely think that a lot of you are just working really hard towards your purpose, though, and you're just wondering how exactly you can get to the boss bitch status that you're wanting here with the Queen of Wands. And I think Spirit is asking you to go back a little bit and see what exactly it is that you put aside or stepped aside, and see how you can manage to incorporate that into the present. So not only will it become a more viable prospect in the future, but it'll also allow you the freedom to experiment with your inner world. And I feel like that alone will be very refreshing for your sense of creativity and passion, my Skull Collective. So let's go ahead and get some further messages as well. Let's dig a little deeper on what exactly this energy is actually with the Skull Collective, with little crow tarot over here. It's so funny because I took this deck to the park with me yesterday. I did a pick a card. The second I took this deck out and knocked on it and said hello, I heard a crow caw. I kid you fucking not. Bitch, I was shook. I was like, damn, I'm powerful. My mind, it amazes me sometimes. So let's see what exactly is this particular guidance about Spirit. Let's get some further clarifying information on this. Can I get a clarifying card for the Empress, please? What is these words of guidance in connotation to Spirit? I get a clarifying card for the Empress, for the Soul Guide, for the Moon and Virgo guidance. All right, I'm taking this. The King of Cups, interesting. So yeah, I definitely feel that there is some sort of opportunity to create or instigate some sort of emotional fulfillment here for you, my Skull Collective, with the King of Cups coming out. This does definitely deal with a romantic prospect for some of you, but for others of you, I definitely think that this is simply about you allowing yourself the opportunity to not be ashamed to express yourself, and not be ashamed to reflect on what makes not just you happy, but also your inner child happy. What instigates joy? What instigates a simple pleasure for you? And how are you able to make that a more permanent and viable prospect of your future? How are you able to ensure that whatever it is that you create is equally emotionally fulfilling as it is financially or materialistically, excuse me, I don't know why I said that. Because right here, the card that this is clarifying is the Empress, and the Empress is ruled by Taurus, and also Venus as well, it corresponds to, and Venus is shared by both Taurus and Libra. I don't know if you know of a Taurus that is a fan of the finer things in life. The same can be said for Libra. But there is a need to create an environment that is totally nurturing of the person that you are becoming, and allowing yourself to adapt and change that space accordingly when you feel it's necessary. Especially with the King of Cups here, there's that fluidity, there's that water energy. It's being open to possibility, and I feel like you digging deeper in your heart spaces, kind of signaling to the universe that you are open to any and all prospects of happiness, and that you are willing to reflect on all parts of you and what makes you feel the most whole as a person, not just to fulfill one part of yourself, but rather all parts of yourself, my Skull Collective. What can you do now to instigate long-term happiness as well as success, is what Spirit is guiding you towards with this full moon in Virgo. So let's see what else we can get to clarify. Can I clarify the Ace of Pentacles in reverse? What is this missed opportunity, business, Spirit? What is this missed opportunity, or what is it that was in grounding? And what are you guiding them towards in this full moon in Virgo for the Skull Collective? Okay, we have two cards. Okay, okay. So you're like, show me the cards, bitch. I know. So here we have the moon, and we also have the star present. So with the moon and the star here, especially with the moon, I definitely think that this was simply about you repressing whatever it was that was instigating joy for you, my Skull Collective, whatever it was that made you feel alive, whatever it is that made you feel open to experience and just general happiness on this plane. It was something that you had to deny yourself in some way, shape, or form in the past. But this is currently being reignited and reinstigated in terms of inspiration. I feel like reflecting on what it is that you were repressing in some way, shape, or form will definitely allow you an insight to what it is that truly makes you happy, and it will definitely guide your way forward, so to speak. Kind of thinking of constellations and how they would help sailors navigate on the sea. I think that you navigating your emotional waters and utilizing your sense of overall expression, because this card is ruled by Aquarius after all, your sense of expression, identity, and just general individualism, to guide your way forward towards even backwards, I'm hearing for others of you, to see and totally expand your understanding of your inner world and what exactly it is that each part of it has to offer. Because I feel like a lot of us tend to just brush off the past and not really think too much about it. But Spirit here is asking you to think about the past, but think about what it is that you had to release in the past because it simply wasn't time. And how are you able to reinstigate that sense of expression in the present? And how are you able to allow yourself to feel inspired again as well? I'm hearing for others of you. Yeah, there's something that you had to walk away from here. And Spirit is saying it's the time for you to look back almost with that Six of Cups here and see, yeah, exactly how it is that you can gain success from thinking about the past, and how can you use the past to blueprint your present and then foundate your future accordingly. So let's get some further clarifying messages. Let's see, what else can we think about? Let's talk about this Eight of Pentacles. What are we working towards here, Spirit? What are we working towards here? What is the Skull Collective working towards? Whoa, okay. Heard you. Interesting energy. Your bottom deck energy is the High Priestess. Okay. I definitely feel that for some of you, oh, I'm so sorry. You're probably so sick of me touching this camera. I'm trying to get this card off the floor. The Page of Pentacles. So you are reinstigating a passion of some sort. You are looking to see how you can get some sort of insight on a prospect. With the Page of Pentacles here and the Knight of Cups as well, I feel as if you're delivering to yourself very not just meaningful, but also, sorry about that Skull Collective. I realized that there was like a card like all the way on the other side of the floor. So I had to go get it, but I'm back now. Hello. So like I was saying, with the Knight of Cups here, this is about deliverance of some sort of passion or prospect. This really is a person for some of you. Somebody is coming back and they are willing to offer something stable. Yeah, because we also have the Ten of Pentacles under the High Priestess. So this definitely has to do with some sort of prospect or endeavor for a lot of you, and how you're able to instigate happiness even in moments of even moments that are serious. I'm hearing because I feel like it's kind of the theme of all work and no play for quite some time for a lot of you, and now you're trying to instigate new meaning and new purpose and sentiment into your day-to-day world, and even in the smaller things, or the things that are a bit more logical and rational, like perhaps your business, or perhaps your collaborations, or how you are currently being expressed or presented or viewed within your particular workplace or social environment. I think that you are simply just trying to change the way in which you perceive yourself, because you've gone through a lot of change, and now it's about the internal change that you've gone through being expressed in a tangible form, and allowing it to ground into the earth a little bit. It's not something that you're just going to keep in your heart or in your mind anymore. You're allowing your sense of joy and happiness to be present on this particular plane, but now you're just wondering how exactly can that fit in. And Spirit is currently guiding you towards a new goal, or a new idea, or a new offer of general sustainability, and it involves you thinking about how you can redo something but do it better. It's not necessarily about you judging yourself for what could have, should have, would have been. It's not about this opportunity not being grounded, or you being a hopeless or shiftless dreamer, so to speak. I think that you're onto something when it comes down to you revisiting particular prospects, and you wondering how exactly you are able to make that a more permanent facet of your reality is something worth pursuing. Spirit is heavily indicating here. You're onto something, kid. That's what the Spirit is saying. Continue to be a little bit more open and receptive to your inner world and your spiritual world. If you get any sudden downloads or messages or synchronicities accordingly that affirm a particular idea or sentiment that you are holding close to your heart at the moment, take that as a green light to get serious about it. That's another thing that Spirit is also indicating, and explore that not just as a passion but as a pursuit of happiness. So let's go ahead and get some further clarifying messages from the playing cards. What further clarifying messages do you have for the Skull Collective Spirit? What clarifying messages do you have for the Skull Collective Spirit? I feel like some of you are also kind of, for some reason, shaming yourself because something didn't ground in the past and now you think that you can't have it, or now you think that it's just simply you being too optimistic or dreaming too big. But Spirit is actually saying, no, we'd prefer if you dreamt a little bigger. You have ideas that are worth pursuing, and considering that you also have a lot of very altruistic energy surrounding your particular collective. I definitely think that what it is that you have to offer is something that you also in some way, shape, or form pay forward to other people. Like perhaps you work in a field with other people, or you currently deal with like individual clients like on a day-to-day basis in your particular business. And I think that by you digging deeper into your happiness, you're also changing the way in which people interact with you and how receptive they are to your general energy. And it allows people to become more comfortable with your particular presence in your career or financial prospects, and allows them to instill more hope and trust in your abilities. Yes, because here we have the Five of Swords. We have the win at all costs here. There's a lot of ambitious energy here. There's a lot of pentacles present with your reading, Skull Collective. You're very determined to do things the right way, or what you perceive to be the right way, or the correct method of action in this particular time within your experience. And Spirit is definitely saying that they are in total agreement with your plan and mode of action and expression at the moment. They just want you to dig a little deeper and not be afraid, or not feel as if you have to repress yourself, because people are actually going to be so much more receptive to your changes than you think. Yes, because here we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. We have return to the past, revisit memories, and rethink decisions. Yeah, I definitely think that some of you are just simply thinking about not just how other people can perceive you better and how you can just come across as more authentic, but in a way where it's like this is genuinely who you are, and I'm kind of wondering how you can let that exterior, that hardened exterior, be chipped away in some way. But for others of you, I think this is just about how you can relate more to the people around you, even friends and family members, because we do have a lot of pentacles here, and also the Ten of Pentacles, and I think a lot about family as well when I see pentacles present, and how you're able to relate better to them, or have a more sustainable relationship with them. Perhaps for some of you, you're also going to come into contact with a family member or a friend that you haven't spoken to in quite some time, and you're wondering if it's worth investing energy in allowing them back in. And Spirit is saying yes. I think that you thinking about this person, or wondering what this person has to offer, isn't you just being hopeless or ignoring red flags or anything like that. No, it's actually you being a fair judge to what it is that you need as a person, and how people are able to offer that to you, what you're offered to them at the moment. Because we also have the Ten of Wands present, and we have carrying burden and weight, excuse me, not the wands, swords. So this is definitely the ending of a tough cycle. This is definitely you allowing yourself to be open to healing, and to allow wounds of the past to finally close up. You have all these swords in your back, and you kind of want them out. I think that whatever it was that what didn't ground in the past kind of hurt your feelings in a little bit, and you're kind of in your bag, which is okay. But Spirit is heavily saying that it is safe for you to be yourself. It always is safe for you to be yourself, but in this particular opportunity or prospect, you will actually be encouraged to be your most authentic self, and that is how you open the door to opportunity here. Yes, because we also have the Queen of Pentacles, true abundance, creation, and connected to your heart space. So there definitely is a need to come across as authentic Yeah, I looked in right under this. We have the Queen of Pentacles here, but it's in reverse in this particular deck. So I think that that's something that you're working towards, is having more authenticity around you and within you as well. And this is a good time for you to reflect on what doesn't make you feel the most connected or centered or familiarized with your current state of being, and to cut that out accordingly, but also allow in anything in the past that you felt as if you had to sacrifice in order for you to build this facade or build these boundaries, because there's something worth pursuing. Even if you don't take on that exact likeliness, it's still beneficial to revisit it, so you can see what it is about that particular passion or prospect or part of yourself that made you feel something. What made you feel as if you were being genuine or genuine? How are you genuinely expressing yourself? How are you able to also release any grievances surrounding your past? I think that a lot of you definitely have, and you are looking to create in the future. I think this is just you wrapping up the lessons of the past wounds that have been healing recently, because we also have the Three of Wands here in reverse. So we have re-strategize, take calculated risks, and plan ahead. Yeah, so there is some planning here. I definitely think that a lot of you are looking to really think before you act. Yeah, your bottom deck energy now is the Ten of Wands. It's in reverse. We have carrying dead weight and burden, and almost like an Atlas complex. Yeah, so I definitely think that you're looking to release a lot of burden here, and release the burden that you keep on yourself to maintain this, this more collected appearance. But there is so much within your internal world that is so vibrant that you don't allow other people into. Yeah, get a seat at the table, literally. Allow other people in. Allow more prospects and opportunity into your life. Don't feel as if you have to hide your vibrancy or hide who you really are, because that's how you keep your door to opportunity closed. In order for you to invite in promising pursuits of happiness, you have to be open to all that you are and express it accordingly. Spirit here is heavily indicating. So that's very interesting energy, Skull Collective. So let's go ahead and get an affirming oracle card for you. And let's see what other energy clarifiers we'll get from the flower bowl afterwards. So what was the affirmation or symbols of affirmation do you have for the Skull Collective for their full moon in Virgo, Spirit? What affirmation do you have for the Skull Collective for their full moon in Virgo? Okay, we have Moonstone. Yes, moon cycles, the crown chakra. So there definitely is that cycle of growth, like I was talking about earlier, kind of looking at all phases of the moon. And you know what's so funny is, like, this is the full moon in Virgo reading for one, but for two, moons go in cycles. They go in phases. They always, even if they are expressed differently or have different energy and momentum behind them, they always go through a particular system or method. I think that you getting a good idea of what it is that your method or cycle of evolution is, seeing the patterns within your growth, and evaluating on how you are able to imply happiness or change accordingly, that allows you to really make or break your current phase of cycle, because you're really on to something big here. I feel that this door to opportunity is in front of you, and you're kind of waiting on the keys. You don't have the key right now. Some of you are thinking, should I call a locksmith? Like, what should I do? But Spirit here is saying that the key will be delivered when you allow yourself to simply be open to this door. I feel like you see this door and you're kind of wondering where it goes, but I feel like Spirit is asking for you to just not question it, and to just be open to growing, even if that means revisiting parts of yourself that weren't efficient or sustainable for you in that current period of time, even if it was something that instigated joy. Or even if it was like a shadow aspect, maybe this might be a bit triggering for others of you, this particular full moon in Virgo. Not negatively at all. I think that perhaps whatever it is that comes back from the past or is resurrected, so to speak, just makes you think a little deeper about how it is that you've grown throughout this process. And it's just you releasing judgment when you reflect on your growth, and instead make room for analysis, make room for compassion, make room for understanding, make room for victory as well, because spirit is definitely noticing all of the effort that you're putting in, and they are seeing that you are growing a deeper bond to your higher self, and they are definitely looking to expand your universe accordingly with their guidance. Yeah, because literally speaking of expanding, we have the Lara Mars, your bottom deck energy, the water ocean, and the throat chakra. And you know, when it comes down to the ocean, it exists within our world, yet we don't even know half of what exists within it. It really is a universe of its own. And also it's like that emotional energy, like I was talking about earlier. There's a lot of water present with your reading, my Skull Collective. So I definitely think that this is going to be a particularly emotional cycle for you. Not negatively. I don't think you're going to feel scattered or uprooted in any way, shape, or form, but I do think you will be thinking a lot about yourself and how you feel, and how your understanding of yourself has come to change. And this is simply you making the necessary adjustments in order for you to continue to grow into yourself, and to kind of alter and customize your method and systematic means of expressing yourself and knowing yourself accordingly, my Skull Collective. So let's get some final affirmations here from the little flower bowl. Let's go ahead and wrap her up. So what final messages and energy clarifiers can you provide for the Skull Collective for their full moon in Virgo spirit? All right, let's go there. Oh, we have a lot. Okay. I already see one that I knew was going to come out. So let's just start there, shall we? The first one that comes out is water. Yeah, there is, like I said, a lot of water present with you guys. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys are water signs watching this, or if you have water somewhere in your chart. But this is definitely going to be all about your emotional world, and how you're allowing it to expand outwards in particular, and exploring the depths and recesses of it, which I feel like I say a lot on this channel. I am a shadow worker after all, so this is just what I do, baby. But I think that this is not about you figuring out what lies underneath, but it's also about you getting to know it, building a bond with it, and not just building that bond, but affirming it, and understanding the ecological and systems and just general workings of it, like how the energy is recycled in your world. It's something I was hinting at yesterday with a pick a card reading I did on my Instagram. So we have the number 2 here. So this definitely is about union and relationships overall. So this definitely is a romantic process. So that's how this emotional tide is triggered for some of you, but in a good way, of course. It's just you affirming your standards and boundaries and your growth, and what it is that you need to feel loved and appreciated in relationships, and just emphasizing that when you reunite with this person. Yes, we have reconstruct here, the number 3. So that you are definitely reconstructing your inner world at the moment. You know it very well, but it's just about understanding the workings of it. So knowing how you can make adjustments without disrupting it, without disrupting the harmony and ecosystem that lies within you and within your world. Yes, we have Aquarius here. We have fixed energy. So there is, like I said, it needs to hold on to your identity and individuality, and honor it and own it, and allow yourself to invite in energy that embraces your sense of general compassion and expression, because we also have reconsider. So we also have the number 7 here, which is all about wisdom and inner knowing. So with reconsider here, I think that for some of you, you're simply reconsidering like what wasn't working in the past, and ensuring that you don't allow yourself to fall in similar traps or cycles that just weren't beneficial to your growth. Yes, relinquishing anything that simply doesn't serve your needs, anything that doesn't serve the person that you are currently, and certainly anything that is not going to serve the person that you are in the future. Yes, we have redo here. So this definitely is about redoing something like we've been talking about this entire reading. I feel like that's very self-explanatory. I don't have to dive too deep into that message. Let's see what else do we have here. Yes, we have the number 8. And with this particular number 8, in the way that I write it, it's just simply about alluding how time really goes in loops and cycles and growths of its own. No two people grow the same way. Everybody's internal construction of time is different, even if we all follow a uniformal body of understanding of it. Yeah, here we have 0. I think of the Fool. Whenever I see this come out, I'm surprised the Fool didn't come out, actually. But I think it's not about you having like a fresh new start, or like having like a big leap of faith or anything like that. I think it's just about you doing something again, and doing it with conviction, so to speak. Yeah, ending any tough cycles, again with the 10 here. Ending anything that simply felt too burdensome, and allowing yourself to feel lighter, lightening your load. And that starts with allowing you to end anything, or rid of anything that simply doesn't allow for that to be, with the number 9 coming out. Yes, here we have retina. We have the crown chakra again, with the corresponding right to the moonstone over here. So there is a lot of downloads. I think that your intuition is pretty spot on, so listen to it accordingly when it comes down to you deconstructing all of these opportunities as they present themselves. Yes, literally with the number 1 here. Be your number 1 fan throughout this process. Remember to support yourself unconditionally, regardless of who is or isn't there for you, and to hold down your emotional world. And I think that a lot of you are. It's just simply about finding other people that allow themselves to coexist within it. Yes, and here we have once again the number 7. Hello. Again, all about that wisdom and knowledge, and I think you're just applying wisdom of previous experiences to the present, so you don't re-experience the same cycles in the future. So that is the current words of insight and guidance that I have for you, my Skull Collective. A very, very interesting energy here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, for being present, for being patient and compassionate with yourselves, and for being present here with me. Like, that alone means so much to me. You sitting here and watching me play with my silly little cards. Thank you so much for all the time that you have spent with me now and will spend with me in the future. I truly appreciate each and every single one of you. Do feel free to let me know down below in the comments if this resonates, or have any other questions or concerns. Also feel free to give me a little like and subscribe if you're digging the little FM frequency I'm throwing off into the ether here. Once again, thank you so much for being here with me today. Please stay safe, please stay blessed, and I will see you all soon. Bye. Hello, hello to all of you who have chosen the spider as your charm for today's messages. So let's go ahead and dissect this affirmation of guidance and general insight that Spirit has to offer you for your full moon in Virgo, my Spider Collective. Let's see just how exactly we are able to web and weave our present accordingly, and how we are able to invite and attract prospects of prosperity and nourishment in the future for you. Your affirmation that was right under your charm is live light, travel light, spread the light, and be the light. Yes, living, speaking, embodying, and being your truth, being your big, beautiful, authentic light and self, and allowing yourself to adjust accordingly to your particular circumstance as well. Spiders are very adaptable creatures. They do have a particular sense of structure and systematics overall that they abide by in order for them to ensure survival. But I also know that they have a feeling of comfort and connection with the webs that they do weave. Spiders, I don't know if a lot of you tend to watch people that have pet insects on YouTube, but I know that I do in my free time, and they have a sense of familiarity within their particular habitats, whether they burrow or they weave webs. They like to have a sense of knowing, a sense of comfort within their circumstances and surroundings. You always see spiders kind of creeping away at night, or kind of crawling around when you aren't looking for that particular reason. They always are looking for a moment of action, a moment, a way out, so to speak, and they're very quick and very swift, so they're able to take that opportunity as it comes and get their way out. They're really good escapists, honestly. So I think it'll be really interesting to see what exactly it is that you are adapting to, my spider collective, and what words of guidance and affirmation that spirit has to offer for you within this particular time period. I know that with the full moon in Virgo and how that's going to be playing out, it's definitely asking us to make room for adjustment, so perhaps that'll be the theme for your particular reading. But of course, we'll get further clarification from the handy dandy tarot. I also have my stargazer playing cards, the Eternal Crystals Oracle, and I have some messages in my little flower bowl over here. I have some energy clarifiers, some astrology signs, some numbers, some elements, and also words of recognizance, as I like to call them, just some general terms to kind of summarize the theme or gist of your particular messages. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. So what words of guidance do you have for the Spider Collective for their full moon in Virgo, Spirit? What words of guidance do you have for the Spider Collective for their full moon in Virgo? Ooh, yes, we have strength here. So there definitely is a sense of adaptability and communication, kind of weaving webs, so to speak. This is all about overcoming adversity, overcoming adversary, overcoming anything and anyone that stands in your way, so to speak, and standing very firm in your truth and sense of expression and identity. Strength is ruled by Leo, after all. I don't know if there are any Leos in this reading right now, so hello. Roar XD. But for others of you, I think this is just simply about you standing very firm in the person that you are, and standing loud and proud in your sense of identity. Lions also do live pretty light, so to speak. They can defend themselves. They have everything that they need to support their survival within their vessel, and also with the means of help from their pack or their pride. And also they are able to defend their honor and defend their particular position whenever necessary. A lot of animals coming through. I'm not surprised. This is the Spider Collective, after all. So now we also have the Nine of Wands coming out. Yeah, so there is a theme of perseverance here. There is a theme of adaptability, like we were talking about earlier. With strength being the heart of your reading, and now with the Nine of Wands here, I feel as if a lot of you have kind of just been going through the motions as of recent, and Spirit is currently encouraging you to keep that sense of momentum, and also perhaps even a sense of optimism alive. For others of you, perhaps you've been just so bogged down by whatever it is that you've been pushing on through. I feel like for a lot of you, it's kind of just you dealing with your internal world accordingly, and kind of delegating time for yourself and time for others. And Spirit is saying that it is definitely time for you to not feel as if you have to be so defensive over your autonomy and identity. Yes. Oh, we have 4 cards here. Hello. Okay. So we have the Two of Pentacles that has just come out here, and with the Two of Pentacles, where am I? The Two of Cups. With the Two of Cups here, there is a need for connection. I feel like a lot of you have been like playing so much on offense that you are forgetting that not only do you have your own means of survival within you and around you, but also there is a chance and an opportunity for you to lower your boundaries and means of defense present. I think that Spirit is kind of asking you to open up a little bit and to lighten your load, so to speak. With the Queen of Swords here, I definitely feel as if you've kind of just been watching everyone around you having fun, so to speak, and you've been kind of grinding away, and not just internally but externally as well, with the Three of Pentacles coming out here, and with the Devil card also coming out to clarify that. I definitely think that Spirit's kind of asking you to take it easy at this particular moment and to free yourself from any particular sense of obligation that feels too burdensome, or you feel as if it takes up too much of your time. Yeah, because now we have the Queen of Pentacles as your bottom deck energy, so we have two beautiful queens here that we will not pit against each other. And I think that Spirit is really asking for you to not just work hard, but to also be open to possibility and experience, and allow yourself to have a bit of fun in the process, and to make room for connection as well, and to not feel as if everything you attain in this world is something that you have to attain alone. There's a theme of collaboration present here, especially with the Two of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. So whatever it is that someone is offering you in terms of cooperation and harmony, it is something substantial. Yes, because we have the Ten of Pentacles as your bottom deck energy, and we also have the Knight of Cups coming out to clarify that. So there definitely is someone, I really do think that this has to deal with another person, but actually let's clarify. I think that this really has to deal more so with you allowing yourself to make room for some self-love, with that Queen of Pentacles that came out at the bottom deck energy, and then with the Ten of Pentacles that's still here with us right now. I think that it's allowing you to make room for a new substantial way of life as well, especially with the Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles is all about a legacy and accumulation, a lifestyle, so to speak. I think that some of you might be kind of twisting your relationship to with yourself for the better, kind of releasing anything that you feel was detrimental to your health, or was detrimental to your progression in some way, and to deliver a chance of freedom to yourself in some way. I think that's kind of what a lot of you have been lacking. I feel that you've been kind of grinding, like I was saying, and feel very tied to different places and different things and people and responsibilities. And I think that Spirit is asking for you to kind of evaluate your schedule at the moment. Yeah, with Justice that's now here, kind of evaluate your schedule, evaluate what you feel is invaluable to you, what you feel is the most precious and worthy of your investment, and how are you able to highlight those and allow those to grow accordingly, and how can you cut off anything that simply is keeping you chained to this very worn out energy. Even if the Nine of Wands is all about perseverance, it's still a very tired energy. It's a bit burned out, a bit worn out. It's kind of like your last hurrah almost. It's kind of like the last trial before the victory, so to speak. I'm here really hearing for a lot of you. And this is simply kind of like your a little bit of a test of might, so to speak, that the universe is going to be throwing your way throughout this full moon in Virgo. It's going to require you to speak your truth about your emotional boundaries and limitations, as well as your physical boundaries and limitations with other people, and how you are able to still deliver your compassion and understanding, even if it's through some sort of unconventional means, but you are still getting the job done or putting the work in to ensure that you have a balanced relationship with the people around you, as well as the opportunities and prospects for collaboration and self-improvement that show themselves accordingly. I think that Spirit just simply wants you to keep an open mind and to engage with your world with a sense of curiosity. Don't be afraid to do a little bit of research, so to speak, and simply take a step back and evaluate why you are allowing these prospects in, or what your purpose is when you are looking for a little bit of fun and a little bit of lightheartedness here. And how are you able to allow that lighthearted energy to be delivered in a way that is freeing as opposed to damning? I feel like for others of you, you simply are married to the money, married to the hustle. And now you're kind of being asked, or you're being pushed to limitations a little bit, and you want to just take some time off, but you're so used to keeping your vessel occupied that you find it a bit difficult to take this moment to wind down, or to take a moment to simply reflect on your legacy and reflect on what it is that you're working for. I think Spirit is kind of giving you a moment where you kind of reach a limit, so to speak. I don't think that it's going to be a particularly triggering or a difficult moment, but I think it's more so like a moment of realization that you're just a bit tired, or you're a bit worn out, and you need to refresh your understanding of yourself and the world around you, and how you are able to make something of yourself in the process. Not entirely giving up, not entirely throwing the towel in for a simple moment of pleasure, not overindulging in pleasure here, especially with the Devil card present, but still giving yourself a moment of freedom, a moment of liberation, to reward yourself from this very tiresome energy that you've kind of been in for quite some time. So I think that you're not entirely pumping those brakes. I think that you're just taking a few more moments to add some joy and happiness and just general lightheartedness in your day-to-day, just so you don't feel so worn out by restriction. But I feel like also in you allowing in more moments of happiness, with the Nine of Swords that just presented itself, you allowing in more moments of happiness will also show you what exactly it is that you need to cut out. I feel like it's going to really highlight what has to change in your world, what it is that you have to release. And I feel like it's just going to, if anything, affirm your need to release. I don't think that it's going to be a dramatic detachment or a sudden loss or anything, so to speak, anything that will cause outcry. I'm hearing for a lot of you. I think that it's just more so it's kind of overwhelming for you to take a moment of clarity and a moment of general lightheartedness. I feel like you get a bit too anxious within that particular energy, but I think that in that you are being called to ask yourself, well, why is it that I feel anxious? Why do I feel so tethered to this particular obstacle, or this particular situation or person, if it is a person that you are kind of just taking a moment to step away from, just so you can get some fresh air, not anything dramatic. Why do I feel as if I can't free myself when necessary? I think that's going to be a very big question that a lot of you are going to be asking yourself throughout this full moon in Virgo period, and I think that's Spirit asking you to make necessary adjustments with what you can control, and to simply engage in a different mode of thought and action, and also feeling, especially with the Nine of Swords here. I think that for a lot of you as well, like, you kind of have also pretty much been in this kind of restless energy of the Nine of Swords, not being able to really allow your mind to have a bit of a break. But I think that's exactly what you need, and Spirit is going to help in terms of deliverance of exactly that. Yeah, especially with the Four of Cups here. Like, but I don't want to take a break. Spirit is saying, please take a break. Please take a damn break. You owe it to yourself. Don't feel as if you have to be again tethered to your own life. You have complete freedom and control over your course of action and course of growth accordingly. And it is time for you to step into that full power of autonomy and allow yourself to be connected and not attached to your world, my spider collective. Even with the spiders themselves, they don't spend all the time on their web. They allow their web to simply be. Their web is an extension of themselves, and even if they have a fondness or likeliness to their particular web, they know that they can always weave another one whenever they need to. So I feel as if I'm applying that same philosophy to whatever it is that you create and you find meaning in within your experience within this full moon in Virgo period will be very helpful. Reminding yourself that anything you do cut out accordingly is simply making room for something else that works, something else that is newer and fresher and is much more engaging than whatever it is that you currently had previously, because whatever it is that you have now, it's demanding your attention, but it's demanding a bit too much of your attention, if I'm honest. It's not entirely fair to you. I think that this is about you kind of reinstituting balance within your sense of freedom and your sense of responsibility primarily, and kind of also ridding yourself of any unnecessary obligations throughout the process. Especially with the Four of Cups here, I think Spirit is asking you to really take that into consideration and to take any moment that you can for yourself throughout this time period, especially with like full moon in Virgo. That's all Virgos do for all day. No charge at all they do is think. And I think yeah, especially with the Emperor under that, I think that this is simply about you gaining, if anything, an opportunity to step fully into your sense of power and authority over your world. It's not slowing you down. It's not a stalemate or in any way, shape, or form an obstacle. If anything, it's an empowerment. It's a strength. You taking this time out that you kind of need for yourself, and not being ashamed to say that you need that time for yourself either is another thing I'm hearing for a lot of you. Not being ashamed to know that you do enough as is, and that if anyone is demanding more of you, then that is an expectation to deconstruct accordingly. And don't allow other people to build expectations off of you. Yeah, especially with the Nine of Pentacles here, when they don't know what exactly it is that you have had to experience in order for you to accumulate the sustainability and harmony that you currently have for yourself. So with this further clarifying your messages, like I was saying, a lot of you really are married to the money. But I think that Spirit is asking for you to be married to your self-worth and happiness for the time being. I feel like this is kind of asking for you to take to divorce your marriage to the money and instead instigate a relationship with a more sustainable form of long-term happiness and achievements, my Spider Collective. So let's see, what further messages? Actually, can I clarify the Nine of Wands here? Why does the Spider Collective feel overburdened? Why does the Spider Collective feel overburdened, Spirit? Why does the Spider Collective feel overburdened? What further guidance do you have to lighten their load for the full moon Virgo? Okay, alright, I'm going to take this. Yeah, so we have the Nine of Swords in reverse to clarify the Nine of Wands. So this definitely is more so about you being a bit too stuck in your heads, my Spider Collective. This is about you kind of overthinking, yeah, especially with the Five of Swords in reverse here. This is about you overthinking your mental state quite a bit and kind of feeling a bit stuck in your own internal barriers, not allowing yourself the chance to be free from paranoia or stress. But I think that you are going to be embracing that particular opportunity throughout this full moon in Virgo cycle. Yeah, especially with the Fool card here presenting itself, you definitely are going to be doing something different to instigate long-term success. And that starts with you taking a moment to simply breathe and recalibrate and kind of reinstate within yourself all of the troubles and obstacles that you've recently had to overcome and the lessons that you've learned in result. And I'm kind of putting those lessons into action. for some of you, but also allowing yourself the chance to engage in that very free energy. Like I was talking about, the Fool is ruled by Uranus. There is a very unexpected energy with the Fool card. The Fool just knows that he's due for a journey, so he is simply on his way, regardless of gender. I think that is the sentiment that you are currently carrying, my Spider Collective. You know that you are due for a new way of life, and when you are being presented with your reality and a very unbiased view of your reality, not in a sense where you're judging yourself or feeling too guilty for the time that you need for yourself, but engaging more so with your emotional state and questioning it. And questioning why you have these emotions in the first place will definitely provide you with a fresh start or a new lease on life. I'm kind of hearing for others of you. It's going to instigate a new sense of philosophy with the Seven of Wands here. But I think that you might be a bit defensive at first when it comes down to this chance, or this chance to refresh yourself is presented, because it's kind of asking you to step a bit out of your norm and your day-to-day. But it's to benefit your day-to-day. It's to imply a new sense of sustainability and meaning throughout your day-to-day. It isn't to waste your time or take away time from your responsibilities just for nothing. It's asking you to reinstate your boundaries and your sense of freedom, and to not allow anyone or anything to take away your sense of free will, my Spider Collective. See any further clarifying messages. Okay, hello. Yeah, we have the Seven of Pentacles coming out here again. That number 7, all about wisdom and introspection. Yeah, your bottom deck energy is the Ace of Cups. So listen, there is kind of a questioning here. Like in this, you're kind of wondering why you're defending your own need to be free, and I feel like a lot of you are gonna be like, well, why do I have to defend that? Why do I have to unnecessarily defend my own happiness, defend my own sense of liberation and expression? And I think that whether those limitations be external or internal, whether it be other people or environments or simply your own inner shadow. I think for a lot of you, this deals primarily with your inner shadow. Spirit is asking you to engage a little bit with your shadow and ask it why it feels as if you don't deserve a chance to simply be free and be light. Literally, like your affirmation said under your spider charm, live light, travel light, spread the light, be the light. Your freedom is connected to your truth, my Spider Collective. You acclaiming happiness and self-fulfillment and self-sufficiency is linked to you being free in some way, shape, or form. You can't be tethered to a particular environment or circumstance. You need to have flexibility and adaptability, much like the charm that you chose. And Spirit is asking you to make room for that, and to, yes, literally with the High Priestess and Judgment coming out to greet us. Hi, honey. So Spirit is really asking for you to be true to your purpose, be true to your node, be true to what it is that you really need, what your soul needs to not just exist, but live, and live to its fullest potential and power and truth on this particular plane, my Spider Collective. So we're going to leave Judgment card as your bottom deck energy. I feel like that's very appropriate for what it is that you're experiencing. You're getting a lot closer to your soul's calling and truest form of expression, and Spirit is really supporting you throughout this particular journey. But don't see it as an obstacle, because I feel like that will really distort your ability to take away something meaningful from this change, my Spider Collective. Even if it is like a slight disruption, it isn't going to be anything long term, and it definitely isn't going to cause any sort of discrepancy or distress. At least not on your half. If other people feel impacted, that is a personal problem, but that way you also are assured of what it is that you need to eliminate in order for you to keep your load light. Yes, because here we have the Ten of Pentacles again as your bottom deck energy. So we have harvesting fruits of labor, achieving dreams, manifesting stability and structure. Yes. So there definitely is you getting a lot closer to the person that you're meant to be and what it is that you're meant to do on this plane. Like I was saying, it goes back to your sense of freedom. The way in which that I look at it, especially with pentacles, is trees, because I think of the earth when I think of pentacles, because it is ruled by the earth suit after all. Trees themselves, even if they're all rooted in the earth, and they all serve the same purpose, and we don't really look at the trees and the fine details of the way in which they branch out. We simply know that they are there and that they all serve the same purpose. And they coexist knowing that they serve the same purpose, but no tree branches out the same way. No tree cohabits with the same animals. No tree has the same roots. Even if they're all rooted in the same earth, in the same soil, the way in which they grow from that is very, very different. I think that's something that you are currently embracing in this moment, my Spider Collective. And Spirit is noticing your growth, and they are asking you to be open to different ways to branch out in this current moment. But I think it has more so to do with the way in which you branch out is with a lot of space. I think you need a lot of space and freedom. I think that your tree in particular has a lot that they would like to experience and express and see on this plane. But I think that it starts with you acknowledging that the way in which you're going to branch out and do that isn't conventional. It isn't going to be like the person before you or even the person after you. It's going to be completely unique to your own experience. And I think that you embracing your sense of individuality and freedom is going to help you really embrace the entirety of your particular experience, my Spider Collective. So let's see, are there any further clarifying messages we can get for the Spider Collective for their full moon and Virgo guidance? Yes, we have the Ace of Wands that is not presenting itself here. We have rebirth, reclaiming potential, opening to possibility, open to experience. Yes, I think you being open to experience and kind of being up for anything throughout this particular full moon in Virgo cycle will be very helpful, which I think is so interesting, because with the full moon in Virgo you would think that it's asking you to be practical and to be tied to the book, so to speak, but Virgo also is very self-aware. They know when they need a break. They know when they've overworked themselves. They know when they're doing too much. They know when to walk away and step away and to moderate even. I'm hearing for others of you. So I think it's just about you embracing your pace and embracing your durability and a sense of endurance and power overall, and honoring when it needs to take a step back and reclaim and fulfill itself, my Spider Collective. So let's see, any other messages for the Spider Collective? Yes, hello. Yes, we currently have the Knight of Cups again presenting itself here. This is that Pisces energy. I feel like Pisces season is providing people with a lot of realizations about not just self-love, but also even platonic and romantic love, and how we're expressing that accordingly. With the Knight of Cups here, for some of you this might definitely be a person that you see a lot of potential with, but because you feel a little bit of inner conflict, you might be like, hey, I need to embrace my inner Miss Independent, my Neo energy right now, and kind of figure out like where I'm going and how I'm able to fit everyone that means the most to me in on this journey. And I think this person's going to be very understanding of that. They're not at all going to be dismissive of you or your experience. In fact, they're going to be very open to your honesty and your strengths. Like, the strength is the heart of your reading, and I think this is just about an understanding of energy and an understanding of how it shifts, and knowing that it's different, and the way in which all energies infuse is subjective as well, my Spider Collective. For others of you, I think that this is a rebirth at self-love as well. You realizing what exactly it is that you're passionate about, and how exactly you're able to sustain those passions, how they are incorporated into your lifestyle, like I was talking about earlier, how they are incorporated in your emotional world, and how are you able to effectively practice what you preach, so to speak, is another thing that Spirit is heavily indicating here. All right, let's get this as your final playing card. Yes, and now we have the Two of Swords. We have uncertain yet shifting. Release expectation, releasing fear of the unknown. So this is in the upright position too. So I definitely think that Spirit is asking for you to choose love, choose self-love, choose love for yourself and the people around you. Choose to say yes to that invitation from a friend, or to have an open and honest conversation with someone you're dating or in a relationship with, or seeing about how you've been feeling lately, and what it is that you need right now to feel the most loved and supported by them. Say yes to having a bit of fun with the people around you, even if like people or a particular friend of yours offers you over for a drink, or to just hang out, or even if you're just FaceTiming with someone that you really care for, and you guys are having like a bit of a distance kiki, you know, like having like a little wine moment or a little smoke moment for others of you. I think that that'll be very beneficial for you. It'll be that break that you need, and it'll also remind you of not just how to have fun, but also why it's important for you to have fun, why it's important for you to work hard and play hard, and how are you able to ensure that you are still able to enjoy what you do, and how, if necessary, how do you make those adjustments and changes accordingly to ensure that fulfillment is at the forefront of your mission and purpose, my beautiful Spider Collective. Yes, your bottom deck energy again is the Nine of Swords. So listen, I definitely think that this is something that a lot of you have been thinking about for quite some time as well, like thinking of like how you can kind of sever a cord for some of you, and I think that you're kind of just being given some sort of like divine opportunity to do so by the universe throughout this particular full moon in Virgo, or you're going to be shown a particular action or realization that affirms your need to separate yourself, and the universe is supporting you within that particular decision. For others of you, I think that you've just been again very overworked, and you haven't been getting good enough amount of sleep because of it, and you've been kind of just thinking with your lack of sleep and your lack of general energy and stamina, what changes can you make in order for you to not feel so fatigued and worn out by your reality. And Spirit is guiding you towards a break and a realization from what exactly it is that's igniting this feeling of heaviness, of anxiety, of just general burden. It kind of reminds me of like when you're really tired after staying awake for too long, you kind of get a little bit delirious. I feel like I'm not calling you delirious, my Spider Collective, but I feel like that's kind of the energy that I'm taking on with your particular group. Just feeling really out of it, and a bit foggy at that. I feel like for some of us, Pisces season does that too. It makes things a little bit too misty, especially with like all that Neptune energy. Yeah, so here we have, yes, release and declutter. Exactly. I definitely think that Spirit is going to give you heavy indications on what or who needs to go throughout this Virgo period, and is definitely going to show you why it's necessary to do so, especially with that declutter. I feel like for others of you, it might also be a bit helpful for you to do a bit of spring cleaning as well, and for you to maybe perhaps take the time that you will be taking to clean out your closet or clean out your home accordingly, and use that as means to better stimulate happiness within your surroundings. Get rid of any old stagnant energy, especially with that Devil card present. Rid yourself of like any energetic cords to people that you aren't cool with, like if you're getting rid of like an ex's stuff, or stuff that like a friend of yours once had, or perhaps a family member as well, like little like mementos or pictures of them. I think it's a good time for you to cut those energetic cords, so you can allow love in its entirety in. For others of you, I think it's simply like I was saying about releasing all the clutter that's going on in your headspace at the moment, and gaining a clearer picture of what exactly means the most to you, and focusing on that primarily, especially because this is 33. It's a master number. It's a master building, building something with a lot of fortitude and strength, especially with that 3 of Pentacles that's over here, and also ensuring that there is a substantial amount of what's the word I'm looking for? A substantial amount of planning and power behind the next move that you make. Yeah, especially literally with the green aventurine, new opportunities. The heart chakra, I didn't even look at it and it said that, which I think is so funny. So the Spirit is really saying for you to dig deeper into this little break and decluttering phase that you'll be going throughout this new moon and Virgo period. That is my doorbell. I'm going to go get that. I'll be right back. My apologies, Spider Collective. Baby got a package, so she was calling. I had to answer, literally, or she would have left. So your bottom deck energy is the carnelian, self-confidence. Yeah, so there definitely is a need for you to embrace a new opportunity, a change of pace, a change of scenery for others of you. Something different. I really do feel like this is leaning more towards a lifestyle change. Something that is going to be much more complementary to the free spirit that you are, and Spirit is asking you to embrace that, to embrace your need for freedom, your need for change, your need to not be like the other girls I'm hearing, and know that this is simply a part of your journey. It is a part of the story you are meant to tell, and you aren't being too hasty or cutting anything too prematurely. I'm hearing for others of you. Yeah, this is a part of your healing process. This is a part of your journey. This is a part of, again, like what it means to own up to all of your experience and really see what it's like to acclaim true freedom, my Spider Collective. So now let's get some final synchronicities and energy clarifiers and affirmations from the little flower bowl. So what final messages of guidance do you have for the Spider Collective for their full moon and Virgo Spirit? Alright, let's stop there. Ooh, alright. Oh, you also got a rose petal. Yeah, so there definitely is a little bit of sweetness present with your particular messages, my Spider Collective. Very attuned to nature. Yes, readjust. Oh. Do I have to explain this? Very self-explanatory. I mean, we've been sitting here for the past few minutes, so we know what exactly it is that we're working with in terms of energy. So take that for what it is. Yeah, a lot of readjustments are in your future, my Spider Collective, and good adjustments, of course, though. It's just to make room for flexibility and opportunity and reason as well. That literally has just come out here. It's just very reaffirming to your purpose again and your life's journey and experience. Know that it's not meant to take on the form of anyone else's other than your own. Yes, especially with the number 77 here. This is more of like that spiritual insight and wisdom. The 2 sevens, like we saw earlier in your reading. So this is definitely about you applying knowledge and wisdom, actually, for what it is, as opposed to very practical pursuits. It's about you kind of learning from your past, like we were talking about, and like putting those actions in, and yeah, like I was saying earlier, practicing what you preach. I feel like that's the biggest thing here. Yeah, now we have the number 13. We have Miss Death entering the chat here. So that is a meaningful change. This definitely is also going to be indicative of an ending of some sort, but I think it's an ending to make room for a rebirth. Yeah, it is with the number 3 here. This is all about new cycles and embracing new opportunities and possibilities, and engaging deeper in the possibility of prosperity. Again, we have the 0 here. I think right of the Fool card. This is all about starting over, kind of getting a new lease on life. That's what I'm really hearing for a lot of you, my Spider Collective. And here we have recognition. Yeah, so there definitely is I feel like it's more so you recognizing who you are and what it is that you're capable of and what you're made of, and how you are able to recognize your soul's purest form and frequency, and have it become a more grounded and also tangible or physical aspect of your identity on this particular plane. Yes, and now here we have the metal and element coming out here. And what I think is really interesting about metal as an element is that not only is it naturally formed within nature, but it also is formed with human effort as well. It's really about what you make of it. It's such a malleable form of energy. Unlike like wind, like you can't capture the wind. You definitely can't you can contain a fire, but you definitely can't contain the velocity or the intensity of it. You can capture water, but you're never going to capture or understand all of it. And you can form the earth, but you'll never be able to form all of it, because there's always going to be some other form of life that objects to that ego's need to control. So I think here it's all about you kind of utilizing alchemy in some way, shape, or form, like taking control of what you can control in this particular circumstance, and making magic and love and sentiment with the current opportunities that present themselves to you, my spider collective, and choosing love and choosing your power and your formidity and your again flexibility and adaptability over obligation. Yeah, because here we also have Capricorn. Oh no, we have Cancer, excuse me, but that is their sister sign. I don't know why I said Capricorn. I saw the CA and assumed I knew it all. But this is the sister sign, so I was pretty close. So we have Cancer here. This is cardinal energy again. So I definitely I feel like there's that again that flexible nature present here, and this is all about sentiments of the heart here, especially with the Cancer presenting itself. Cancer is a pretty sentimental sign. I know that they hate when people say that about them, but it's true. But I feel like that's a part of the charm of Cancer. Always so always in denial of how emotional they truly are. But even if it's a joke, or even if it's simply their means of coming off as tough. I know Cancer gets this mistaken projection of being this teddy bear, when there's so much more complexity beyond that to their energy and being. So they kind of put up a tougher shell, like the crab, and project that as opposed to how soft they really are. So I think that this is also about you embracing your softness as well. Again, with the number 2 here, that's also was written on Cancer. So I think this is all about connection, your connection to self, primarily your higher self and your most authentic form of self, my spider collective. Let's see. Yes, here we have wood as an energy. So what I think is so interesting is how we have the element of earth and the element of wood, but wood is focusing on one of the many elements in which the earth hosts, and it's about again like that notion of growth, branching out, so to speak, that I think is very, very befitting for your particular message, my spider collective. And how are you able to transmute, like we said, like wood, your growth, your tree of life? How are you able to make something meaningful out of the way in which you grow accordingly? Yeah, here we have fire. It's like we have the 2 fire cards here at the top of your particular reading, so that's no coincidence at all. So this is definitely about that fire and desire, you embracing your lust for life and your inner passions at a full speed, but it starts with a halt, which I think is so interesting. But that's again a part of the particular story you're meant to tell, my spider collective, and there is no right or wrong way for you to express yourself. There is no right or wrong really in the grander scheme of absolutely anything. I think it's just about you being true and honest, and prioritizing that over morality, prioritizing yourself over other people's opinions of said morality, and choosing you. Even if you choose other people, first and foremost, you choose yourself. So that is what I'm currently seeing for you, my Spider Collective. I find it so interesting because I see 33 here, and your particular reading got interrupted 3 times. With the power of editing, you did not see that. But yeah, I think that that's kind of what you're facing too, like a disruption. I feel like that's just akin to the general energy of this reading. But again, it was a temporary disruption, and in no way, shape, or form will stop you from putting in work and getting back to hustle mode when you're ready and have a more refined and defined sense of purpose and self. So be very patient with yourself throughout this process. It's for a reason. Spirit is asking for you to exhibit compassion and understanding to yourself first and foremost, so that way it's also easier for you to expand that outwards to the people around you. So thank you so much for spending time with me today. I appreciate you being here as always. Do let me know down below in the comments if this resonates or if you have any other questions or concerns. Also feel free to give me a little like and subscribe if you're digging the FM frequency I'm throwing off into the ether over here. Thank you so much for being here again. I appreciate you. I appreciate your presence and your space. Please stay safe, please stay blessed, and I will see you all soon. Bye. Hello to all of you who have chosen the little crab claw. Let's get a better view of her. Yes, the little crab claw here as your charm for today's messages. So let's go ahead and get right on into it. We're getting right on into the full piping hot tea that Spirit has to serve for us today, my beautiful crab collective. What general words of guidance, insight, and wisdom is Spirit able to offer us right now to help us navigate through this particular full moon in Virgo lunar cycle that we will be experiencing collectively throughout this week? Your affirmation that was under your crab claw is: the beauty of the soul is constant, continuous, and endless. I thought it was very fitting to pair this particular affirmation with the crab claw, because this is like basically a fossil that I'm having at this point, even if it is a very small one at that. It's still a reminder of the beauty that is life, and all the various essences and entities that we coexist and co-inhabit with on this particular plane, and just how exactly are we able to allow our own beauty to shine forward. I think a bit of Cancer, the astrological sign, when I look at your particular collective, and how Cancer sees the beauty in even the smallest things, or things that people seemingly tend to overlook. And I think that there is something about your particular collective that might kind of push towards a message of gratitude, a message of understanding, and just general sentiment as well. I'm hearing something that allows you to really feel with the Nine of Cups when I split the deck, something that's allowing you to feel very gratified to inhabit the current shell and vessel that is currently yours, my crab collective. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get right on into Zitaro and see what exactly it has to say, and specify for us in terms of messages, so we don't get too hooked on the semantics. Not only do I have my handy dandy tarot as always, but I also have my Eternal Crystals Oracle, my Stargazer playing cards. Her and I have been in a beautiful relationship as of late. I'm catching feelings, not gonna lie. And I also have my flower bowl here full of synchronicities and messages that serve as energy clarifiers. I have some astrological signs, some elements, some numbers, and some words of recognizance in there as well. So I want to get started with tarot just to see where exactly we are going in terms of guidance for your particular case, my crab collective. So let's see. What words of guidance are you able to offer the crab collective, Spirit for their full moon in Virgo? Ooh, already we have the King of Wands presenting himself to us. Hello, sir. So there is kind of like seeing the bigger picture, seeing the charm and vitality in the world that surrounds you. This is fire energy. And also the symbol for Jupiter is on this particular card. So there's definitely a theme of expansion here for you, my crab collective, that spirit is navigating your path towards. Expanding beyond the potential that you believe that you had, and seeing so much more in you primarily, not just the world around you, but seeing the inner beauty that lies within you and seeing the vibrancy that lies within. Yes, oh my goodness, okay. There it goes. I'm like, I know it's gonna come out, and it came out. So we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. We have the King of Cups and the Three of Wands. So with the Three of Swords in reverse, I think that you are kind of looking to defeat your own inner critic, or perhaps there are people that see your goals and aspirations as something that is illogical or irrational, or too unrealistic, or even too simplistic. I'm hearing for others of you. People are gonna have their 2 cents on what you could have, should have, would have done in the past, present, or future. But I feel that you are really sticking to your guns here with not only the King of Wands, but the King of Cups here as well. There's a sense of conviction, but also emotional conviction. There is a connection to sentiment that entails this particular journey that you're on, my beautiful crowd collective, because we also have the Three of Wands here, and the Three of Wands is all about engaging on a journey, on a pursuit of passion or happiness, so to speak. So it's so funny because we have so much water and fire already within your particular reading. So I think that with the King of Cups here, even in the face of other people's criticism or conflict, you tend to keep your composure. With the King of Wands here, you kind of know how to talk your way out of particular situations or disagreements. I'm also hearing that you understand why other people have their doubts or their general words or attitude of criticism towards you, or even coldness. I'm hearing for others of you. I feel like perhaps someone says something that kind of rubs you the wrong way, and as opposed to you getting your feelings about it, feeling as if you have to defend your own honor, you decide to simply look elsewhere for the affirmation and sense of encouragement that you need right now, my crab collective. I think that you're not going to get too hooked on what other people have to say or think about you if it isn't providing anything of value to your particular experience. I think that you, even if you see the true intention behind what other people say, or even how they act towards you, it still doesn't allow you to have a short-sighted sense of self-acceptance, and you still allow yourself to expand irregardless of the obstacles or opposition as it presents itself, because we also have the World card here. So I think that for a lot of you, you're simply you're changing as a person. Your inner truth has really shifted. Yeah, we also have the Knight of Swords presenting itself as the bottom deck energy. So your inner truth has shifted, and not a lot of people are really understanding that about you, my shell collective. The way in which you wow, okay, oh, okay. So let's also get into this. So we have the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Chariot present. Actually, let me check my book to make sure it's the Chariot. I'm pretty sure that it is, but I like to be certain. This is also that full moon and Virgo energy. Let's make sure. Yes, it's the Chariot. Come on, self. Yes. So here with the Seven of Swords, first and foremost, presenting itself, there is a new perspective to be gained. I feel like you are also in a period of observation as well. You're seeing how other people are reacting to your truth accordingly, even if you're not making it evident or obvious that you are planning to expand in this current moment, or if you even are expanding right here, right now, my shell collective. I feel like you're just not making it very apparent to the people around you for whatever reason, whether it be to keep yourself projected, or whether it be simply because that's just not the type of person you are. You just act and you catch up accordingly later. I know I'm someone that does that. If not, I also feel like I was saying earlier, something about what other people say here, and the way in which they say it, like I said, it just rubs you the wrong way. But as opposed to you getting hooked on the opposition as it presents itself, you use it as motivation instead to dream bigger and to aim bigger and to continue working on yourself, most importantly, irregardless of what other people have to say about it. I think you are just standing very true to yourself throughout this full moon and Virgo period. You're working a lot on self-improvement. You're working a lot on your internal and external prospects, and you are also engaging in a sense of passion, and you're allowing yourself to be motivated by the opposition, so to speak. like something I keep hearing for your particular group is any publicity is good publicity. You're like, good people are still paying attention to me. They notice that I'm changing, whatever. Regardless of how other people react, I am still going to move forward accordingly, because I know that this is a part of my journey. This is a part of my legacy. This is a part of who I am and how I am achieving stability and structure within my particular experience. And no one else is going to offer that to me but me. So it is up to me to provide myself the ambition, resources, and emotional nerve necessary in order for me to make grand changes for myself. I feel like that's kind of where your internal dialogue has been in this particular moment, my shell collect. The real boss bitch Virgo energy, not waiting for anyone else to give you a handout, but instead taking that action for yourself. And even if other people are rather direct and forthright about their disagreements with what it is that you have to say, I feel like you're just kind of just letting it roll off your back, so to speak. You're not allowing it to serve as an opposition or obstacle to your state of evolution, my crab collector. You're allowing yourself to continue to move on accordingly. And it's so funny because the Chariot comes out, and the Chariot is in fact ruled by Cancer. It's about being not just charged in terms of passion, but also emotionally charged, and going after what you want full stop, because you know that your heart is guiding you towards it, not just your rationality or logical minded pursuits. This is an emotional pursuit. It's about you pursuing sincerity and transparency within your emotional space. Yeah, because we have the Devil card that has just presented itself here. So definitely this is about you kind of cutting off any like toxic cores, so to speak, not allowing other people's actions or words to affect you. I feel like this once was something that was difficult for you to let go of at some point in time, and now you are moving forward with your individuality at the forefront of your ambition, my crab collective. With the Devil card also presenting itself here, I definitely also feel like other people expect you to stay stuck. I feel like this also has a lot to do with other people's expectations of you, and you're just not allowing that to serve as something to keep you stagnant any further. But let's get a clarifying card. What is this Devil energy here for the crab collective spirit? What exactly are they? What is tethering them? What is stuck to them? What is due for them to release? Okay. Yes, this is from hurts of the past, primarily. Feeling tethered to the former versions of yourself that you feel as if you had to constantly fulfill in order for other people to be accepting of you, in order for other people to be understanding of you, like almost like codependency, like clearing out that the aftermath of the toxicity of situations like that, my crab collective. Kind of breaking out of that shell, haha, play on words, and allowing yourself to breathe new life into your vessel. Yeah, we have the Nine of Wands here as your bottom deck energy, so there is definitely perseverance here. I see you definitely overcoming any and all opposition as it stands your way, and you are not allowing anyone or anything to rob you of your truth and rob you of your inner world any longer. You are realizing that anyone that is in this space is simply a guest at the end of the day, and they are in no way, shape, or form qualified or allowed to tell you how to make the most of your experience in life, nevertheless how to live it at that. So let's go ahead and also get some further clarifying messages for you. Yes, again, we have the Seven of Wands come out. So there is a feeling of defensiveness. I do feel like you may or may not have to tell someone to fuck off. I'm going to be very honest. But I think you're going to feel a lot better after you do, because you are showing up for yourself unconditionally at that. I feel like if you are to cut these people off, I feel as if, yes, especially with the King of Pentacles here, it is definitely to your betterment. It allows you to feel so much more self-sustained, not feeling as if you need the external approval or validation from the people around you in order for you to make substantial life decisions and changes, my Shell Collective. Allowing yourself the freedom and the assurance to know that you are in full control of your vessel and spirit, for one, and for two, no one else will ever inhabit or understand your world the way that you do, and it is up to you to make those changes accordingly and to exist within it on your own terms. This seems to be a bit of a collective energy here. Yeah, we have the Seven of Pentacles that's presenting itself. A lot of sevens have been coming out with all of the groups today. So there definitely is people really reflecting on the intention and the integrity of their actions. And I think that this is simply about you preserving all of the hard work that you've put into understanding and bettering your circumstance and life overall, my Crab Collective. You are doing the hard work, which includes getting other people out the picture, because you know it's within your own best interest, and that's something that you are currently prioritizing at this particular moment, my Crab Collective. You are prioritizing your growth and your betterment, and you are giving yourself that breath of fresh air that you've kind of been gasping for, if I'm honest. Allowing yourself to just be yourself, really, and not be ashamed at all for staying true to your ground. This is fire energy, after all, the Ace of Wands, and it's very very forthright and also very strong-willed at that. This is a rebirth. I feel like this is you breathing new life into yourself and allowing yourself to stand strong and stand proud, even if there aren't a lot of people standing around you, or if you feel like at times even no one is standing around you. It's about you kind of being your own biggest fan at this current moment, my Crab Collective, that Spirit is emphasizing, and not allowing other people, influences, or environments to have a say in how you should live your life. This is all up to you. Yes, this is your world. These bitches are just living in it. With the Magician card coming out here now. With the Magician card presenting itself here, this is definitely about you creating meaning for yourself at this moment, my Crowd Collective. With the Moon as your bottom deck energy, again, more of that watery energy like we were talking about earlier. This is definitely about you transmuting your truth and allowing the world to see it and utilizing it as fuel and ambition to create something meaningful. Yes, with the Ace of Pentacles here, this is it's necessary for you to be as transparent and authentic with yourself and the people around you as possible. Spirit is heavily indicating in this reading, and the more transparent you are, the better, because you will also get a more clear-cut reaction from the people around you, and in that you will be able to make better assessments on who is and isn't a sustainable aspect of your life, or what circumstance, what job, what obligation is and isn't a meaningful or impactful or valuable aspect of your experience, and to cut that out so you can make room to make something new for yourself, to start again, to engage in the new beginning that you've been kind of halting off because you've been wondering if other people will accept the fact that you're cutting cords, or if other people will be willing to show you the support that you need in this current moment, nevertheless if they support you generally speaking. And I think that all of that is information to be revealed in due time, yeah, especially with the Ten of Wands coming out right now. I think that that's all information to be revealed in due time as you continue to reveal your truth. But I think it starts with you unloading all the weights that you've been carrying. It's the weight of all this change that you've been experiencing with the King of Wands there. Seeing a bigger picture and really stepping into your passion, stepping into your vitality within your current experience, now with the Emperor popping out here. And remembering that you are the ruler of your own world at the end of the day, and no one else has total control or power over you aside from you. And it is simply up to you to allow how much influence other people have in the first place. And I think that memories of the past that you are distancing yourself from, or people that are kind of coming to mind as I'm saying this, that you're like, I think it's time for me to spend time away from this person, or to cut ties with this person. I think that it would be very beneficial for you to do so, because it will remind you of all of who you are, the emotional, fluid and passionate and ambitious being that you are. And the universe will always reward you accordingly, as long as your intention is clear and true, with the Emperor coming out here. And now with the Nine of Pentacles being your overall bottom deck energy, this is definitely about you embracing your individuality and your identity, and your self-sufficiency first and foremost. And allowing anyone that has something negative or critical to say about it to, speak their piece, but also your truth. Even if they say their truth and you just find out how this other person truly feels about the person you have become, keep in mind that you are currently living and experiencing your truth. And this person will never understand the entirety of your sphere of reality, for it is something that they will never be able to explore in the immersive way in which you have, my crab collective. And even if it's nothing personal and you just feel as if you need time away from somebody in this current moment, I think that this is a good time to do exactly that. Or even if you don't want to make it personal and you simply wish to quickly and quietly get yourself away from this other person, I think that doing so with integrity is important. Doing so when you are ready, doing so on your terms, but also knowing that there is no right or wrong way to support yourself, really. There is no right or wrong way to ensure that you are doing the right thing. It's simply about doing the honest thing, doing what you can with what you know and what you have in this current moment. And are you doing exactly that? That is something that Spirit it will be very much reminding you of throughout this full moon and Virgo period. And it will definitely shed light on the adjustments that you need to make, primarily within your social circle, but also within your own world as well. It's just going to be reinforcing for this very ambitious streak that you've been on, and catapult you further into your own success here, especially with the Nine of Pentacles coming out. We have 2 nines, so you're getting very close to something, my crab collective. Fuck the haters, they make you famous. So you're literally does anyone remember that Mano song, You See Me Hi Hater? Like, I feel like that's gonna be your anthem for quite some time. But this is all for you at the end of the day. I feel like this is something that you owe yourself. This is something that you've been meaning to do for yourself, to stand so much more affirmed in your position of power. And Spirit is asking for you to do what you can to defend your inner sanctity and security, because it is something worth defending, for one. And two, like I was saying, nobody else will ever be able to take that away from you. Because here we have the Four of Pentacles. We have the clinging to image of stability, overcoming materialism, and stabilizing inner security. Exactly. This is necessary for you to stabilize your sense of inner security, my crab collective. And because we also have the Seven of Wands again coming out, we have defense, lower your guard, be open, outside interference. This is in reverse, actually. So I think that Spirit is asking for you to not necessarily have to get into any unnecessary arguments, just observe how people act. This is Four of Pentacles, or Pentacles in general as a suit, is very action oriented. So observe how people act accordingly and make your decisions from there. Don't feel as if you have to get into an argument or get into some sort of disagreement with somebody. Just take it as it comes. I feel like a lot of you are kind of embracing this energy anyways. So take it as it comes, even if it is something that you didn't like hearing. I feel like a lot of you just simply won't have the ambition to get into a full-blown argument with another person. You're just gonna quietly take notes and go about your business and live your life accordingly, live your truth and speak your truth accordingly to the people that are receptive of it. I think that's the best advice that Spirit can give you, is to not waste your breath on people that aren't that aren't investing time or energy into understanding you in the first place, which is why you're even having an altercation. And to not feed into it, and to instead feed that notion of compassion and understanding back to the people that are making space for you, and primarily to yourself as well, my crab collective. So let's see, what other clarifying messages do you have for the crab collective, Spirit, for their full moon in Virgo guidance? What other clarifying messages do you have? Yes, here we have the King of Wands again. Yeah, you guys are very, very sure of yourselves, but I like it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm into it. I'm into the decisiveness of your current energy, my crab collective. You really know what you want. You really know who you are. You really aren't allowing anyone to tell you shit about what you can and can't do. And I think that is exactly the energy to embrace in this full moon and Virgo period. Virgo is a boss bitch of the zodiac for a reason. Nobody puts in work like a Virgo, I will say that. And I feel like that's exactly why you are getting this message in this full moon and Virgo period, reminding yourself, yes, that it is time for you to allow your world to be seen. Because again, we have both kings. This is actually pretty crazy. We have the King of Cups coming out now, but this is in reverse. So this is about you allowing yourself to be open with your emotional world, not keeping your emotions so under wraps, and allowing yourself to express them accordingly, but also knowing that I feel like part of you knows that not everyone is going to be receptive to the way in which you express yourself, even if you do so with tact. So ensuring that you know what to say before you say it will be very helpful for a lot of you, so you can also prevent the need to get into this full-blown altercation, because you know that you speak your truth with integrity before it even gets to a point of disagreement with another human being. For others of you, I think it's simply just about you knowing that you can't please everybody. So even if this person ends up try to cut your head off before you even finish your sentence, you're just going to kind of keep that in the back of your mind, and know that you're simply doing the best you can in the best way that you know how in this current moment, like I was saying. And if you're meant to reconcile in time, that you will, but if that's not the current energy, then it's not that current energy. But either way, I feel like there's a lot of passion behind your deliverance of truth. That's why I'm saying it might be beneficial for some of you to kind of think before you speak, or to write it out, or to kind of rehearse to yourself what it is that you have to say, or how you want to say it, or even general bullet points of everything you need to get across. Even if this isn't just to another person, maybe this is like to your boss or a coworker or something like that. Yeah, especially because now we have the Nine of Swords here. Don't get too wrapped up in your head about it. You're never going to be able to say this perfectly, and when I say perfectly, I mean in another way in which the other person will be entirely receptive of what you have to say. Yeah, because now we have the Knight of Wands here. Some of you might kind of jump and just say something anyways. I feel as if there's a bit of an impulsiveness behind your deliverance, which is why I'm saying don't be afraid to slow that energy down and have a little bit of more tact present. But also don't get too in your head about it either, because like I said, you're never going to be able to do it perfectly. You're only going to be doing it in the best way that you can, with as much mindfulness and forethought as you are able to provide in this particular moment. Yeah, we have the Knight of Cups here. I feel like a lot of you are going to be very sweet in your deliverance. So funny. Again, we have fire and water here. So this really is about preserving your inner vitality for a lot of you, my Crab Collective, this full moon and Virgo cycle. It's about preserving your ability to expand and to feel and to invite in new emotions and prospects that make you feel alive again. And that starts with you cutting out anything that's not just stagnant, but also lowers your energy, anything that lowers your sense of engagement with the world around you, and knowing that you are simply going to just do what you can. I know that yes, here we have the Queen of Swords presenting itself now, and the Queen of Swords here, that's you regaining the ability to speak your truth. That's you knowing that you are going to be as decisive and forward as possible. And it's about making smart moves before you act or before you say anything. Your bottom deck energy now is the Queen of Wands here. We have confidence and outward charisma. Yes, I think that, like I said, engaging in that period of observation before you say something will be very helpful, so that way you don't add fuel to the fire if that in the event that there's a lot going on that day, you don't overexert yourself or overextend your limitations or energy. I think that you being mindful of not just other people, but I don't even think it's about you being like too mindful of other people. It's about you being mindful of your own pace and ensuring that when you are having these necessary conversations, that it's on a day where you are well rested, you have a breakfast, you have some time to think about what it is that you need to say and how you're going to say it, and then you deliver it accordingly. In terms of how other people react, that is something that you cannot control, but what you can control is how you deliver it and your energy and intention behind this deliverance of truth. And I think Spirit is just asking you again to do it with integrity, as even if it's not about coming to an agreement, but about coming to an agreement with yourself and showing up with respect for yourself and respect for the other person, and it being unconditional is doing enough justice for this deliverance, my shell collective. Well, this is a shell, but you are my Crab Collective. And yeah, here we have the Seven of Cups as the bottom deck energy. Decisions, use your intuition, and use your heart as your navigational system. Yeah, so it's just about making wise decisions. Like the Queen of Swords that has just blessed our presence is hinting at for your energy. Just utilizing your heart as your navigation, but also using your mind as well, using your big beautiful brain to talk your way out of sticky situations, even if it's not a win-win and you make the other person happy. It's about making yourself happy and knowing that you're doing what you can to ensure that that is fulfilled at the end of the day, because if you're not happy, then you're not going to be able to extend that entirely or to the best of your capacity to the world around you. And I think that's a lesson that you have absorbed and are not looking to repeat, my Crab Collective. So let's get some final affirmations from the Oracle cards. Ooh, okay, already. Yes, so yes, we have Leopard Delight Trust, which is the third eye and crown chakras. Yeah, this is about you trusting yourself, trusting that you're making the right decisions, that you're doing the right thing, that you are doing what you can with what you have, and trusting the people around you that truly support you as well, knowing that they will always have your back, and trusting the universe and knowing that it has your back as well, and that as long as you remain true to yourself and you trust yourself within that expression of truth. That is the primary goal here that Spirit would like for you to focus on, my Crab Collective. Let's see, is there any other word final affirmation or what do you have for the Crab Collectives, full moon and Virgo Spirit? Ooh, yes, we have Labrador by psychic abilities, third eye chakra. Yeah, this is definitely about you kind of honing out on your intuition as well and your instincts, and kind of sniffing out the people in your circle that don't have the best intentions, but not necessarily where they're actively being sneaky, but more so where they're just not there for you in the way that you need it right now, or their intentions are elsewhere. They have too much going on, and it simply is too compromising for your healing journey and growth, my Crab Collective. Yeah, here we have the Tiger. It's definitely about protection here. So you are cutting those cords out of the need to protect your inner world. And like I was saying earlier, if you feel like you kind of know who these people are that aren't exactly going to really like understand you and be there for you, then trust that intuition. This is an affirmation to do exactly that, to trust that instinct and that gut feeling, and to trust your gut feelings in general about yourself and your needs, and the motivations of other people primarily is another thing that Spirit is pointing out as well. And knowing that you aren't wrong, and knowing that you are on the best course of action towards ascension right now, my Crab Collective, and that Spirit has your back and the universe has your back, even if throughout this you might feel a bit triggered. Even though I don't think that a lot of you will, I think that you're going to keep pushing it, if I'm honest. But if in case that does come up, because we do have the King of Cups in reverse here, so it is a release of emotion. Even if it is a bit of an emotional period for you, just know that it is not for nothing, that it is for your best interest, it is for your growth, it is for your empowerment, it is for you becoming the person that you are meant to be on this plane, my Crab Collective. So let's get some final synchronicities and energy clarifiers from the flower bowl, please, Spirit, for the Crab Collective's full moon in Virgo. What synchronicities and insight of guidance do you have for that? Ooh. All right, we'll stop here. All right, let's see what it is that we have over here. All right, so your first message is the number 8. Yes, this is all about time, and like the way in which we grow and the way in which it loops is going to be different for everybody. The theme of time, it really is a construct of its own. It's a dimension of its own. It is something that we all will kind of travel through and transmute accordingly on a very individual basis. No two people grow the same within the same amount of time at that. And it's so interesting to see not just the parallels, but the differentiations within the human experience. And I think Spirit is really pushing you to examine both, and not to judge yourself or even other people for these misunderstandings, and just knowing that it is indicative of the time that you need to spend apart in order for the both of you to find the happiness and understanding and passion that you need, my Crab Collective. Yeah, because here we have the wood energy. It's all about grounding yourself and growing and branching out accordingly, like I was just saying, and seeing what you can make out of your growth as well, and how you are able to honor its potential. And yeah, here we have remember here. So there definitely is a little bit of a triggering moment here, like I was saying earlier, especially with that King of Cups in reverse and someone kind of saying something, or perhaps you just remember something that someone said, and it kind of at first you are a little bit hurt from that memory, but then it serves as a very powerful reminder. Yeah, especially with the Aries card here presenting itself now. This is cardinal energy. It's all about flexibility and adaptability and allowing yourself to be empowered. Aries is very powerful as an energy. It is ruled by Mars, after all. I mean, like, nobody could take away an Aries sense of individuality or sense of freedom overall. Like Aries will defend their freedom until they die, and I think that is the energy that Spirit is asking for you to embrace, my crab collective, to embrace your ferocity, to embrace your passion, to embrace who you really are, and to not allow other people to stand in your way, and to defend your own honor, by even means of inaction here, especially with the 10 coming out again. Even if it's not, again, necessarily a confrontation or a debate or an argument, whatever it is that you want to call, even if it's just you walking away or quietly blocking somebody or something along those prospects. Spirit is saying you do what you have to do. There is no right or wrong way to do it. Just ensure that you are doing what you need to do for yourself to instigate long-term happiness. Here we also have Cancer, which I felt like was going to come out, which is more that cardinal energy. So there definitely is a bit of a sentiment, a little bit of emotional prospects here. I'm not gonna lie. You may be a little bit in your bag, but it's okay, because it's a part of your experience, and it's reminding you of your growth and why it's necessary for you to do so. Yeah, here we have guts. This is corresponding to the solar plexus chakra. This is definitely about you not being afraid to assert your boundaries, to assert your identity, and to feel empowered in your growth. Yeah, here we have the air element present. So there definitely is that flexibility present, that sense of fluidity. I kind of feel like it's people not really seeing how you've changed, like I was saying earlier, and now you are presenting this new and improved version of you, and not everyone likes it. So I think it's about you just adapting to that circumstance overall, especially with the 55 here. This is all about overcoming adversity in tarot, the number 5. I think it's just about you overcoming any form of difficulty that presents itself to you throughout this time, knowing that you're making the right choice for yourself. Yeah, here we have 33. This is the master builder number. This is definitely about building a sustainable future and identity for yourself, my crab collective. And it is something that is definitely going to lead to long-term success and happiness, especially with that 9 of Pentacles that I keep looking at over here. Here we have Scorpio, 13, fixed energy. Yes, exactly. This is definitely about you staying true to yourself, staying true to your convictions, staying true to the person that you really are. Scorpio is very brutally honest. Again, more Mars energy about the person that they are, and they don't allow other people to debate with them about their sense of expression or autonomy. Scorpio is very affirmed in their identity, and always have been and always will be. And I think that's another thing that is currently being presented to you, that very attitude, my crab collective. Yeah, here we have 5. This is just about, again, confirming just we're overcoming a sense of confliction here. But it doesn't have to be a conflict, really. It's just about you accepting it for what it is and moving on accordingly. Yeah, because here we have the heart. Aw, this is the heart chakra coming out for you for your last message, my crab collective, and it's doing it with love. Even if you have your differences again with this person, and you are making the decision to walk away out of love, you are making the decision to be yourself out of love, you are making the decision to express yourself out of love, whether that love be for yourself or whether that love be for the people or environments around you. Spirit is asking you to embrace the notion of love in all forms, and it starts with honesty, it starts with integrity, it starts with respect, and it starts with understanding. And that is the current foundation of your evolution, my crab collective, and Spirit is currently asking for you to grow upon that philosophy accordingly. So that is what I'm currently seeing for you for your full moon in Virgo guidance, my crab collective. It was a very beautiful reading. I'm very proud of you. I'm very happy for you standing up for yourself and your sense of truth. I think it's necessary, and I think that it's radical to do so, and you are doing a good job. You're doing what you can with what you have, and that's the most honorable thing that you can do in this moment, and I commend you, and Spirit also commends you as well. So thank you so much for spending time with me here today. I appreciate every single moment that you all spend with me, and all of the energy that you sit with me in and send my way as well. Thank you so much for your time. Do let me know down below if this resonates or if you have any other questions or concerns. Also feel free to give me a little like and subscribe if you're digging the FM frequency I'm throwing off here. I thank you again, and I can't thank you enough for your support. I really can't verbalize the immense amount of gratitude and just general happiness that this path and journey of mine has provided me with. So thank you so much for standing here with me in this journey. Please stay safe, please stay blessed, and I will see you all soon. Bye!